Livestock grazing land is owned by society. The farmer will act in their own interest, which is contrary to society's. They want to maximize their own individual returns. By each farmer acting on their own interest, the society's interest is not looked after. Nobody looks after the common good. With shared ownership, each farmer wants to capture that blade of grass. They want to make sure that they're the ones who benefit from it. So that resource is challenged. The strength of that resource is challenged. I saw this firsthand in Mongolia, and in Mongolia, the government owns most of the land. There's about 70% of their land is rangeland, and the population is about 3 million people, 3.4 million people, where livestock is 67 million head of livestock. So the ratio of humans to livestock is crazy. And the land is commonly owned, so each farmer wants to access the land so that their cows, their sheep, their goats, their yaks, their camels, whatever it is they have, is the one that benefits from it. The problem is that nobody invests in it. So nobody maintains the forest. Nobody maintains the pasture land. Nobody increases the value. Nobody improves it. And when that happens, the value of the asset continues to decrease. They have overgrazing and everybody suffers. So because nobody owns it, society owns it, when each individual acts on their own accord, society suffers at the end of the day. So the individual doesn't get the risk. The individual sees his cows eating the grass, and that's a benefit to them. But what happens is the next farmer comes in, or the next raiser, the next nomad comes in and eats that grass. It's what is looking to eat that grass. There's nothing left for them. In the U.S., we have a lot of common land. It's called rangeland. It's been managed by the Bureau of Land Management. And that land is for lease. And the lease rights are a lot of times passed from family to family or from farmer to farmer. And it allows you to allows you to put your cows on pasture there. They charge about $1.35 per cow unit per month. And a cow unit is a cow and calf. And because the people are maintaining it, the Bureau of Land Management is maintaining it, and the quality of the land improves. Because if the farmer has consistent use of the land, even if it's publicly owned and they have rights to that land, they're able to manage it. They understand the long-term effects. One of the things that happens in North America, and one of the things that happens in our business, is that everything we do is short-term oriented. We want to make a profit right away. Our corporations, our owners, expect when we invest our money into a corporation, we want immediate return. We want a ROI. We want return on investment. We don't want to wait 5, 10, 15, 20 years for that investment to generate. A lot of times, the investment takes time to generate return. A good example of that is, let's take shea butter in the African savanna. Shea butter trees take about 50 years for the shea butter to be mature and harvest, to be able to start harvesting shea butter. Nobody's going to invest in planting a shea butter tree today that they're not going to see for 50 years, particularly in countries with short lifespans. So nobody invests in the tree. And what happens too, the tree has value, has other value. Instead of waiting for the tree to mature to produce shea, they cut the tree down so they can use it for firewood. The firewood that they need today is more valuable to them than something 50 years down the road. It's interesting. A lot of corporations, they want to, it doesn't matter what you did last month. They look at you in the eye and they say, what was your sales today? What did you return today? Your bosses have to report every month, every week, every quarter on here's what's going on. And people say it doesn't matter what happened last quarter. What did you do for me today? And that's, again, where a situation where the risks that's taken today, the efforts taken today are maybe short-term. And we take short-term efforts and we're giving up the long-term benefits. And we have to analyze that. And what is the value of the long-term benefits? When I had my export business, I had one person that was handling consistent business, which was a cola, and we sold cola on a regular basis. So every week, every month, they were cashing checks, basically. They're generating funds for us. Another person was handling development of organic products. Well, the development ramp was slow. It took some time. It took some time to develop the sources. It took some time to develop the reputations. It took some time to get to the customers. The person who was selling the dog food and the soft drink were saying, hey, I'm making all the money for the company, but I'm only getting equal to this person who's not making any money. But the thing about it is the value of both people had to be judged on the short term and the long term. And in that case, I, as the business owner, was willing to invest in the short term. So I was saying, okay, we'll take the profits we make from over here in the cola, and we'll apply it to support the development of a new brand, a new product. In this case, it was organic. Now, the problem is convincing your employees that, you're producing a lot and we're compensating you fairly for it. The person who's not producing has to also get compensated for their time. They also have to see the potential and see the growth potential and see where they can go. So it's a balancing act and keeping people happy and motivated. And that's a challenge as a business owner, is how do you keep your people motivated when they're looking at things on a short-term basis, and you as a business owner may be looking at the long-term. They're looking at them from a basis that's void of risk because they're not taking risks. They're an employee. They show up, they do their job, they go home. And with the owner, you have to look at what's the long-term risk. If I sell something today, but I'm going to have it returned 6 months from now, that hurts me. That employee may not be there, but it hurts me because then my reputation and my ability to supply in the future is down.